Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with this edition of School Police Talk. You might know the gentleman on the right, but you don't know the lady on the left. So, ma'am, please introduce us and tell us what it is that you do.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Gruby. I'm the CCSD Safe Routes to School Coordinator. So we operate an educational-based program to teach students K through 12 about traffic safety.
And you, sir, what is your name and tell us what it is that you do?
Lieutenant Brian Zink. I'm the Operations Lieutenant for our Region 3, and I'm also the Public Information Officer for the School District Police Department, as well as our Community Relations Supervisor.
The e-bikes, single use, which I had no idea about.
There are some that are designed for multiple use because they do put baskets on them for small children and things like that.
Or to have 2 seats.
Yeah, or 2 seats, but typically if it's not designed for 2 people, it's not meant for 2 people.
Not meant for 2
So then you're exceeding the weight limit, and then it's really not going to stop.
And that's really that.
So.
Right. And then the other thing too is a lot of people forget, especially kids that don't have experience riding regular bikes, that when the bike stops moving, if you're not pedaling or it stops, you're going to fall over. And due to the weight of a lot of these bikes, you get a lot of kids that get hurt because they stop, they forget to put their feet down, and then the bike falls on them. So again, know what you buy your kids before you buy it for your kids.
Let's talk about helmet safety. You know, I mean, I remember riding a 2-wheel bicycle when I was growing up, and, you know, it had 2 tires, and, you know, I remember falling. I still have a scar when I ran over a tire on the bicycle path, and I never wore a helmet, you know, I mean, I never thought about it, right? But I wasn't going 30 or 40 miles an hour, and so helmet safety is paramount to when you are riding these. And so talk to us about the helmets and talk to us a little bit about the speed.
Well, I think helmet safety has evolved throughout the years, just like when I was younger, if we're going to be going back to our good old days. So when I was younger as well, my parents did not, and we did not wear seatbelts in cars. So just like seatbelt laws have evolved over the years, I think helmet safety has evolved, and we've seen research. It's research-based that helmets save lives. Helmets help prevent traumatic brain injuries.
Absolutely.
We're getting a lot of traumatic brain injuries and major concussions coming in and out of hospitals due to bikes and e-devices as well. So it's important to note that there's different helmets for different rides, right? So a bike helmet is not designed the same as like a football helmet. And now with our new e-devices that are going top speeds, some of them going over 30 miles an hour, a regular bike helmet is not fit for that. No. I mean,
it's gonna
crash
shatter.
Data will show that it's not going to. It will help some, and
not enough.
A helmet is better than no helmet.
Right.
But if you're going to be on these, especially the class 2s and 3 e-bikes, you really should look into getting a certified DOT helmet.
Yeah,
and
a full face motorcycle type helmet.
Yeah, which we're seeing more and more of. But
yeah, because I mean, I can attest to. I had a wreck on my bike, and I blacked out for a few seconds, and there's a big dent in the side of my helmet. And if I had not had my helmet on, I don't know if I'd be here right now. Yeah. And then, I mean, even talking about time, it was what, mid-90s when the Tour de France started making their riders wear helmets.
Right.
And those are cyclists that are doing 30, 40, sometimes 50 miles per hour on a bicycle. So I can't imagine the damage that would happen if you were on a bicycle going that fast and you flew over the handlebars. So just imagine a kid on an electric motorcycle doing 50 miles per hour wearing a bike helmet that's probably rated up to like 20, 25 miles per hour. Exact same thing. The helmet's not designed for that. It's just not safe.
And let's talk about the fact that you ride bicycles. You know what it's like to drive at high rates of speed. You know, let's talk about the speed of these e-bikes.
Yeah, there's a lot of parents think that they're a toy. Oh, well, they're selling it at Walmart, or they're selling it here, they're selling it there. It's a toy. And the parents aren't doing the research, one, to look at the laws like we've already talked about, that these are not street legal modes of transportation. It might be okay to ride up and down your neighborhood street or zip around the cul-de-sac or in the backyard, but most city and county parks have outlawed them because kids are getting on these bikes and doing damage. They're not being responsible, so unfortunately they're ruining it for everyone else. We have a lot of kids that will get on the bike paths when there's families out riding their bicycles, and they're zipping around, making it unsafe for everyone, making pedestrians crash. So a lot of municipalities are outlawing these things because people they're not being responsible, they're not being good.
Let's look right here, and then we'll wave goodbye, okay? All right, see you later.
Thanks, Neil.